Hi, grade 6 students. How are you? I hope that you are fine. Last week, we studied about present continuous tense. And today, we are going to learn about simple present tense. This material is taken from Eyes Open 2, Unit 1. Let's get started. As I told you last week, I'm going to tell you the difference between present continuous tense and simple present tense. Look at here. We use the present simple or simple present tense to talk about facts, habits, and routines. We use adverbs of frequency with the present simple. Jadi, kita menggunakan present simple atau simple present tense untuk membicarakan mengenai fakta, kebiasaan, maupun kegiatan sehari-hari yang kita lakukan. Look at the example here. I never go to the cinema. That's the example of simple present tense. Next, what about present continuous tense? Do you still remember the function of present continuous tense? Look at here. We use the present continuous tense to talk about actions in progress at the time of speaking. I am reading my emails at the moment. There are two types of simple present tense. First is verbal sentence and then second is nominal sentence. Look at here. First is verbal sentence. We use verb to make sentence. So in verbal sentence, dalam membuat verbal sentence, kita menggunakan kata kerja. Verb adalah kata kerja. And then the second type of simple present tense is nominal sentence. We use adjective, noun, or adverb to make sentence. Jadi dalam kalimat nominal sentence, kita tidak menggunakan verb atau kata kerja. Tapi kita menggunakan adjective, kata sifat, noun, kata benda, and adverb, kata keterangan untuk membuat kalimat ini. Now let's talk about positive verbal sentence. Remember, in verbal sentence we need verb. Kita membutuhkan kata kerja. Now look at here. For subjects I, you, they, we, people, we need verb 1. Now look at the examples. I study English on Mondays. You study English on Mondays. They study English on Mondays. We study English on Mondays. Mia and Joe study English on Mondays. What about subjects he, she, it, and somebody? They need verb as or es or ies. Now look at examples. He studies English on Mondays. She studies English on Mondays. The cat studies English on Mondays. Mia studies English on Mondays. Now look at the negative verbal sentence. For subject I, you, they, we, and people, we need don't. And then what verb do we use here? Yes, we use verb 1. Look at the examples. I don't study. You don't study. They don't study. Mia and Joe don't study. English on Mondays. We use verb 1. Not verb as, not verb es, or verb ies. Now look at the examples. He doesn't study English on Mondays. She doesn't study English on Mondays. The cat doesn't study English on Mondays. Mia doesn't study English on Mondays. Now let's talk about question verbal sentence. To make question verbal sentence, we need do and does. For subjects I, you, they, we, and people, we need do. We put do at the beginning of the sentence. And what verb do we use here? We use verb 1. Now look at the examples. Do I study English on Mondays? Do you study English on Mondays? Do they study? Do we study? Do Mia and Joe study English on Mondays? What about subjects he, she, it, and somebody? We need does. And what verb do we use here? We use verb 1. We put does at the beginning of the sentence. Now look at the examples here. Does he study English on Mondays? Does she study English on Mondays? Does the cat? Does Mia study English on Mondays? Now, Let's discuss about positive nominal sentence. This is the second type of simple present tense sentence. In nominal sentence, once again, we don't need to use verb, but we need to use adjective, adverb, or noun. To make positive nominal sentence, we need to be. For subject I, we need am. And then for subjects you, they, we, and people, we need are. And then for subjects he, she, it, and somebody, we need is. And here in positive nominal sentence, I choose adjective. And the adjective that I choose here is smart. Now look at the examples. I am smart. You are smart. They are smart. We are smart. Mia and Joe are smart. Next, for subjects he, she, it, and somebody. He is smart. She is smart. The cat is smart. Mia is smart. Negative nominal sentence. So here we need not to make this negative nominal sentence. Look at here. For subject I, we need am not. For subjects you, they, we, and people, we need aren't. For subjects he, she, it, and somebody, we need isn't. And here, for negative nominal sentence, I choose adverb. Look at the examples. I am not at school. You aren't at school. They aren't at school. We aren't at school. Mia and Joe aren't at school. For subjects he, she, it, and somebody, we need isn't. He isn't at school. She isn't at school. The cat isn't at school. Mia isn't at school. Okay, now let's discuss about question nominal sentence. Remember, in nominal sentence, we don't use any verb, but we use adjective, adverb, or noun. In this question nominal sentence, I choose adverb or kata keterangan. Look at here. How to make this sentence? We put to be, am, are, and is at the beginning of the sentence. For subject I, we need to be am. Now look at the example. Am I at school? For subjects you, they, we, and people, we need to be are. For subjects he, she, it, and somebody, we need is. Look at the examples. Are you at school? Are they at school? Are we at school? Are Mia and Joe at school? Is he at school? Is she at school? Is the cat at school? Is Mia at school? There are some time signals we use in simple present tense. What are they? Every day, every month, every year. On days, for example, on Mondays, on Tuesdays, or on Wednesdays. And then usually, sometimes, and never. What about the present continuous tense? Do you still remember about the time signals we use for present continuous tense? Yes, they are at the moment, now, right now. Now we are going to have exercise. This is the first exercise. Look at here. Choose the best answer. Number 1. Paula, look, looks, is looking, are looking at trainers in sports shop right now. The time signal here is right now. So what sentence is it? Yes, it is present continuous tense. So we need verb ing or verb ing. So what's the answer here? Look, looks, or is looking, or are looking? Yeah, the answer here is looking. Now let's go to number 2. Dan and Eddie. There are two people here. Play, plays, is playing, are playing rugby on Saturdays. The time signal here is on Saturdays. So what sentence is it? Is it present continuous tense or simple present tense? Yes, it is simple present tense. So what's the answer for number 2? Yeah, the answer for number 2 here is play. Now let's go to number 3. Where, do, does, am, are, you usually go, goes, going to go after class? The subject here is you, and the time signal here is usually. So this is simple present tense. What are the answers for number 3? Now you can start to write down the answer on your paper. And the answers for number 3 are, where do you usually? And what about the verb? What verb do we use? Yes, go. So the answer is, where do you usually go after class? Now look at number 4. Do, does, is, are, she. Buy, buys, buying, to buy a tablet right now. The time signal we use here is right now. So this is present continuous tense. So we need to be and verb ing or verb ing. And the subject here is she. So what are the answers for number 4? The answers for number 4 are, is she buying a tablet right now? Now look at number 5. We eat, eats, am eating, are eating at the shopping mall now. The time signal we use here is now. So this is present continuous again. What's the answer for number 5? Yeah, the answer for number 5 is, we are eating at a shopping mall now. Now look at the second exercise. Complete the sentences. Use simple present or present continuous form of the verb in brackets. Let's start from number 1. Sarah blah 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 called her mom at the moment. The time signal here is at the moment. So this is present continuous tense. Remember, in present continuous tense, we need to be and verb ing or verb ing. So what's the answer for number 1? The answer for number 1 is, Sarah is calling her mom at the moment. Now let's go to number 2. Lucy and John blah 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 play basketball on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays and Sundays, the time signal we use in this sentence. So what kind of sentence is it? This is simple present tense. In simple present tense, we need verb 1. And the subject here is Lucy and John. So there are 2 people here. In simple present tense, we need verb 1. So what's the answer for number 2? Lucy and John play basketball on Saturdays and Sundays. Now, look at number 3. Who blah 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 you usually blah 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 go to school with? This is simple present tense because it talks about habit, tentang kebiasaan. What's the answer for number 3? The subject here is you. And the answer for number 3 is, who do you usually go to school with? Now look at number 4. Blah blah blah, she blah 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 go home right now. Right now. The time signal we use in present continuous tense. So what's the answer for number 4? Present continuous tense, we need verb ing and to be. The answer for number 4 is she and then going home right now? And the last number 5. We blah 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 have our lunch in the park every day. Every day is a time signal we use in simple present tense. So what's the answer for number 5? The answer for number 5 is, we have our lunch in the park every day. Okay students, this is the end of our lesson. I hope you can understand well about simple present tense and present continuous tense. Thank you for listening to me and stay at home, stay healthy, goodbye and God bless you.